Hello. Today I want to talk about something that many of you have asked me about. How to effectively reduce unwanted belly weight. If you are just starting out, this can feel like a daunting task, but I want to make it as straightforward as possible. There are 5 vital, practical steps that I have gathered through years of working with people. You won't find these in complicated textbooks. These are simple, real-world strategies designed to keep you from getting overwhelmed. So many people start with great intentions, only to get lost in the details, hit a plateau, and eventually give up. My goal today is to help you avoid those common mistakes. We want you to be successful right from the start. First, let's clarify the goal of the ketogenic plan. The objective is to bring your insulin levels down as low as possible. When your insulin is low, your body shifts into a state of maximum fat burning, which we call ketosis. Ketones are simply a natural byproduct of your body burning fat for fuel. The more efficiently you generate them, the more effectively your body will draw from your midsection stores. Let's talk about the framework. People often get hung up on counting grams of carbohydrates. Instead of stressing over numbers, I suggest focusing on the type of fuel you provide. Keep your carbohydrates very low, ideally below 20 grams per day, to speed up your progress. Regarding protein, a simple rule of thumb is to aim for a portion about the size of the palm of your hand per meal. If you are very active or have a faster metabolism, you might need a little more, but for most people, this is a perfect starting point. The remaining 75% of your calories should come from healthy fats. Now, let's dive into those 5 practical tips. Tip number 1 is to rethink how you approach vegetables. Instead of obsessing over carbohydrate counts, prioritize leafy greens and salads. These are mostly fiber, and fiber is the one carbohydrate that does not spike your insulin. I recommend aiming for at least 7 cups of salad a day. A helpful trick is to use a salad cutter to chop the greens into smaller pieces. It makes them much easier to consume. Top your salad with healthy fats like olive oil or a vinegar-based dressing. Why so much salad? Because healthy ketosis isn't just about cutting carbs, it's about nourishing your body. Salad is packed with potassium, magnesium, vitamin C, and phytonutrients. These nutrients are your best defense against keto fatigue, muscle cramps, and the initial sluggishness some people feel when starting out. As an added benefit, I always recommend eating your salad at the beginning of the meal. You will find that it leaves less room for overeating your protein, ensuring you feel satisfied without feeling weighed down. Tip number 2 focuses on your protein choices. As I mentioned, the size of your palm is a good starting point for your portion. However, the quality of that protein is just as important as the quantity. I often see people opting for low-fat versions of meat, like skinless chicken breasts or very lean cuts of fish. I want to encourage you to do the opposite. Seek out protein that naturally comes with more healthy fat. If you are having a burger, choose the fattier ground beef. If you are having fish, salmon or sardines are excellent choices compared to leaner varieties. If you choose chicken, include the skin. Why does this matter? When you consume very lean protein, it can stimulate your insulin levels slightly more than protein that is accompanied by natural fats. A perfect example to avoid is whey protein isolate. It is often processed in a way that provides almost no fat, which can trigger a higher insulin response than we want. By choosing fattier cuts, you keep your digestion steady and your satiety levels high. If you are ever feeling sluggish after a meal, It may be a sign that you need to adjust your protein and fat balance, rather than just cutting back on food altogether. This brings us to tip number 3, the power of intermittent fasting combined with healthy eating. This is the secret sauce to seeing real results. If you practice low-carb eating without fasting, you might achieve a certain level of fat burning. But if you want to take your results to the next level, if you want to reach those deeper levels of ketosis where your body really begins to tap into stored energy, you must introduce a fasting window. The logic is simple. Every time you eat, you trigger a small insulin response. When you consolidate your meals into a specific time window, you give your body a long, uninterrupted break from insulin. This is when the magic happens. Many people ask, how do I start? My advice is to focus on your appetite. If you add healthy fats to your meals, like avocado, nuts, or extra olive oil, you will find yourself staying full for much longer. This naturally makes it easier to skip breakfast and push your first meal to noon. Over time, you might find that you are comfortably eating 2 meals a day, or perhaps even 1. The most important rule here is this: do not eat if you are not hungry. I see so many people eating by the clock because a guide told them to have 3 meals a day. If you have already lowered your carbs and your appetite has naturally vanished, do not force yourself to eat. Eating when you aren't hungry is a great way to halt your progress. Listen to your body. It is much smarter than any guide you will ever read. We have reached tip number 4, honoring your body's need for nutrients. When you shift to fewer meals, perhaps moving to 2 or even 1 meal a day, you are eating less often. Because of this, it becomes vital that every bite you take is packed with the nutrients your body craves. Ketosis changes your body's requirements. It burns through minerals at a higher rate than a standard diet. This is why electrolytes are non-negotiable. If you feel weak, dizzy, or notice brain fog, it is often simply a sign that your body needs more minerals. Don't be afraid of using sea salt. It is an essential tool to help you feel energized and balanced. Along with that, B vitamins are crucial. A great natural source is nutritional yeast. Just be sure to find a version that isn't fortified with synthetic vitamins. Look for the natural, pure variety. Remember, if you are consistently consuming that large, beautiful salad we talked about in tip number 1, you are already well on your way to meeting those mineral needs. Finally, tip number 5. Make this a lifestyle you actually enjoy. If you feel deprived, you won't stick with it. I always look for ways to make the journey pleasurable. For instance, having a small piece of high-quality, low-carb dark chocolate after a meal can be a wonderful, guilt-free treat. There are many fantastic, keto-friendly dessert recipes out there that allow you to satisfy your sweet tooth without hindering your progress. Finding those healthy versions of your favorite comfort foods can be the difference between a temporary diet and a permanent, happy transformation. Now, I want to leave you with one final, essential concept. It is the most important thing I can tell you today. You do not lose weight to get healthy. You have to get healthy to lose weight. Many of us have spent years focusing only on the scale, but that is putting the cart before the horse. If you focus on nourishing your body, reducing insulin, and giving your system the rest it needs through fasting, your body will naturally reach its ideal weight. It will happen as a result of health, not as a sacrifice of it. If something is working for you, stay the course. Don't change a thing just because you think you should. But if you hit a stall, don't get discouraged. It's just a sign that your body is ready for a small adjustment. I have many resources and videos addressing those specific hurdles, but for now, don't let those details overwhelm you. Start today. Keep it simple. Focus on the quality of your food, listen to your hunger signals, and prioritize your internal health above all else. I am so glad you joined me for this conversation. You have all the tools you need to succeed. Stay consistent, take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing your success.